Okay, Ankit. So I'll just give you a rough introduction to everyone who has come in about you and your journey. So
Mhm.
Ankit is a journalist. He was a journalist rather. He was a cyclist who loved to cycle and do target oriented rides. I do some. He did some. He had a target of 600. He did a ride of Wagah border to Gateway of India. Then later he wanted to do a target which was 2100 kilometers in 150 days, and that's the target
21,000.
that he took. 21,000. Sorry, I'm
1,000, yeah.
sorry. 21,000 kilometers in
Mhm.
150 days, and with the target he started his journey from his home. And during the journey he had some experiences which changed the way he wanted to travel. So Ankit, tell us about that a little,
Yeah,
about that experience and the journey.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me and having me here. And yes, this is my journey to explore the whole country of India on a bicycle. And it's not just a cycle journey. It's a very big journey to mix into the culture, to meet new people from every state and every village. And
Mhm.
earlier, I had started it with the plan of doing it within 150 days. So that was
Mhm.
not a journey. That was a target to complete Guinness World Record. But
Mhm.
slowly, when I came into the journey, when I started learning some new things about the culture, so I left the idea of pursuing Guinness World Record, and now I'm more into the journey. And today is my exact 147th day, 150th
1,000.
day, 150th day, 1,000. Yes, sir.
150th day.
Yeah, 1,000. Sorry.
1,050th day. Right, right, right. Okay.
So I have completed half of India till date. That
Mhm.
means 15 states and 8 union territories.
Mhm.
And I have met 600 families. I have stayed with them like their own family member from
Mhm.
15 states. They are farmers, they are weavers, they are handicraft, they are artists, they are teachers, students, and travelers like you and like any other person. So that is how I'm exploring the real life in India and the real population of India.
Okay. So what was the those learnings or what was the experiences that made you quit the record or give up on the record and
Mhm.
pursue a journey like this?
Yeah, so earlier my mind was focused on uh, counting the kilometers. I was counting the distance and I was not staying with the people. I was not mixing with the people. But slowly, when I got a good response from the population, when they started welcoming me into their different homes and new regions of India, so that is the time I learned that, okay, this is the real journey. I should pursue this rather than a Guinness World Record. I thought, okay, if I'm just covering the distance, I will not be able to learn something new. But
Mhm.
if I'm mixing with the people, if I'm sharing emotions and knowledge with them, then I will have more stories to tell. My life will change and I can inspire someone else to do such kind of journey. So that time, those experiences changed my journey and this journey changed me. So I learned it's very easy to mix with the community. It's very easy to follow your dream. It's very easy to talk to a new person from a new state. And there is no language barrier. There is no cultural barrier. You can easily mix with anyone.
I'm sorry, you mentioned of there is no language barrier.
Yeah. So everyone says that language is a barrier, but
Uh,
that's wrong to say. Language is not a barrier. Language is just you can learn it while traveling. That is another matter.
mhm.
That is another thing that you can learn it. Okay,
Okay.
and humans' first language, I think, is uh, I think smile and
Absolutely beautiful.
right. So
Beautiful.
I am from North India. I have
Uh,
spent maximum time in Southern India without any
okay.
problem.
Okay.
And I would say that if you are saying that language is a problem, so that can occur into any other country also, like in Russia,
Mhm.
in Spain, in
Mhm.
South America. It can happen anywhere, right? So you have to learn some few words, some few sentences, and that will be another adventure in your journey if you are learning some new language.
So
So,
this is something very beautiful that you mentioned. The first
mm,
language or the communication that you can have with someone is of that of a smile,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I guess it
absolutely.
conveys a lot.
Yes, absolutely. I can tell you many stories. Like I'll tell you one story if you allow
Mhm.
me.
Mhm. Of course, please go
So,
on.
yeah, do you know that place Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu?
Uh, yes, I've heard about it from a movie. I guess is it the same? The one
Rameshwaram
that's
is
mentioned in Chennai Express, I guess.
Rameshwaram is the birthplace of APJ Abdul Kalam Azad.
Okay, okay.
Okay, and we have a very good temple over there, and Dhanushkodi. Okay,
Okay.
so this story is not only from Tamil Nadu.
Hmm.
This story is applicable to each and every state: Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat. But I am telling you only one example right now.
Hmm.
So when I was there, the weather of Tamil Nadu is very hot and very humid.
Hmm.
And if you are an athlete, if you are cycling over there in that temperature, your body gets exhausted.
True.
So last year I was in Rameshwaram alone
Hmm.
and my body was totally exhausted. I was looking for some place to eat, if
Hmm.
someone can help me with the food, but there was no option. It's totally deserted area. Okay, because that is a coastline. That is the last point of India. After 40 kilometers of that, you will find Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Okay, so that's only a fisherman village. No one, very few people lives over there, and they don't sell anything. They are just catching fishes over there.
Okay.
So, but still, finally, I found a small shack, a small shop, and the person he was selling some snacks and a lemon water.
Okay.
So I went to his shop and I pinpointed because he was not understanding my language. So I
Hmm.
pinpointed that I need one glass of lemon water and one plate of snack.
Hmm.
Okay, and I sat over there. But I don't know what that person understood and what did he saw in me, what did he saw on my face. He just came to me and started speaking something in Tamil. I did not understand, and he did not understand my language. So I told him like this, okay, brother, show me what do you want to say. Show me in my hand. So he went back and came back with a packet and he opened it. It was his own lunch. He was offering his own lunch to me. It was cooked rice
Wow.
and black grams. And he met never before me in my life. And within
So
2 minutes
beautiful.
of seeing me, seeing my cycle, he understood that I am a traveler. I need something to eat. I'm very tired. And then when I told him, brother, this is your lunch. I will share half. You will have to eat half. So he told me like this, okay, my tummy is full. You have to eat. You have to complete it. Then he
Wow.
went
So
back to
sweet.
his shop and he made extra glass of lemon water, extra snacks he cooked, and then he charged me nothing.
Wow. Such a beautiful gesture.
Yeah,
So this is one of the stories that you've lived in this whole journey of yours. So
yeah,
what are the places that you've covered so far in 1050 days?
yeah. I have covered 15 states starting from North India. I
Hmm.
I have completed northernmost corner of India, which is Leh and Ladakh, the last village of India. The name of that is Turtuk. Turtuk is the last village of India. After that, you get POK, 0 point. Pakistan border is there. Then from there, Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andaman and Nicobar, Andhra Pradesh, uh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Telangana. So these 15 states in North, West, Southern, and Central India have completed. East India and Northeast is still pending. So I'm going to that direction.
You are on your way towards those directions. Right now, you are based in
I'm exploring Karnataka. Right now, I'm in
Karnataka.
Bangalore and nearby places.
Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, in this journey of cycling through such, so one thing you started from your home with a record, with
Mhm.
distance. Have you ever calculated the amount of distance that you traveled by now?
I think it's 19,000, nearly 19,000.
19,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And
okay,
only half
wonderful.
in only
19,000
on
over this period,
and only 15
and
states
that's
are
been
done.
15 states. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. So in this journey, you didn't have anything planned. Everything was purely based on going ahead and finding solutions to the problems that you will be facing.
Yeah.
So you didn't plan where you want to stay. You didn't plan any hotel. You didn't. Were you carrying any tents in case
No,
if
no.
you don't have a
In
roof
Ladakh.
over your head?
Initially, when I was in Ladakh in the mountains, I was carrying sleeping bag and my own tent. But
Hmm.
in other states, I'm not carrying because I want to. My purpose is to stay with the people in their homes. That is how I will know the city, the
Hmm.
village. If I am disconnecting from the people, how will I know about that place?
Absolutely, so
Yeah.
beautiful. So that's because of this reason you are not even carrying a tent. Have
No,
you
I
ever come across a day where you felt आज तो गए या फिर आज छत नहीं मिलेगी or anything?
no even this. this thought never came into me. I mean, the question of what if, it never comes to my mind. What if? It never comes. Because being a traveler, you should be free from that question, what if?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Shelter, food, it will come spontaneously. I'm eating more than a regular person. In my regular life, when I was working at my home,
Mm-hmm.
I was eating 3 times a day, but in the journey, I'm eating 5 times a day. So there is no uh, problem in my journey. I'm gaining weight. People lose weight, I'm gaining
This is
because
a
of the
beautiful. So this is a beautiful perspective.
yeah,
Like being at home, you eat 3 times a day. On this journey, you are eating 5 times a day. It's
yes,
never about what if. So
yes.
you are just going with the flow, and you are being answered in every question that you have got.
And that
So
is why
in,
that
go
is
ahead,
why I
please.
call it that is why I call it a journey. I never call myself a traveler. Traveler means you're going with certain plan and you know where are you going to put up and where you know when are you coming back. So everything
Hmm.
you know in advance. But in a journey you don't know it. You are going with the flow. So that is why I'm not a traveler.
Okay, that's a very beautiful thing to say. So,
Yeah.
so in this 1050 days, it's around 3 years and some months. Um, just around a little less than 3 years.
Mhm.
Uh, ever a single day where you have not had a roof over your head?
Okay, I'll tell you what happens. There are some days when I started without any contact to my destination. I did not know where I'm going. Still,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm starting from Bangalore, I will not know where I'm going. But I need to continue my journey. I cannot always think about the next destination. So what happened? Like it happened twice in Gujarat and twice in Telangana state that I did not have, and once in Maharashtra also. I did not have a contact or anyone to help me on highway, but there were some people who had some dhabas or some village
Mm-hmm.
people and some restaurant. So they stopped me, brother. Why don't you stay for tonight with us? You can go next day. You should stay with us for tonight. We will listen to your stories. So they hosted me like that. So it's like I told you, there is no plan. Uh, if I'm on a highway, if I'm having a cup of tea, so people come and talk to me because I am on a cycle. If I was on a car, if I was on a motorbike, no one will talk to me because they will think, okay, this guy is already sorted. Uh, why should we talk to him? And this guy is already is in a car or motorbike. But because of the cycling, I'm getting so many stories and so much of connections.
So it is a very beautiful thing. Like you're traveling, you're just going somewhere. People
Hmm.
stop you and they ask you, why don't you stay over here with us for a day or two? And then you
Yeah,
continue with your journey. It's very
yeah,
humbling. Like,
yeah.
frankly, being from
Because
Mumbai, leading a city life, it's very difficult to have that faith or have
Mhm.
that trust in someone.
Yeah. So that is where
Okay.
I'll tell you why people are helping me and why it will happen to you also. If you start a journey like this, you will also experience the same stories. People have experienced these stories, such kind of stories, even before me. I'm not doing anything new. I'm just following what was already present in our ancient culture. People used to travel like this. They used to connect with new people. They used to come from different continents, different countries, and they used to stay with us. And then they
Mm.
used to write stories about our history and geography. That is what we are reading right now in our books. So traveling has been in our culture since ancient times, and our Gurukul system was like that. People used to go to different states to learn something new, and then
Mm.
they used to come back to their own state, and then they like this was a procedure of king making. Kings were used to make like that, that you have to travel in your own country to know the real life. So they
Oh,
used to
wow.
mix it, right? So if you read history, like many kings and many like Vivekananda used to travel like that, Shankaracharya and James Cook, Vasco da Gama, Chinese travelers, Guru Nanak was a traveler, Jesus was a traveler, and all the good people, all the revolutionary people, they used to travel like this. So I'm just learning from them. I'm not doing anything new. So I learned it while during the journey. When I was in my job, when I was in my city, I never had this idea that such kind of travelers used to exist. So I also learned everything in these 1,000 days only.
Okay, so this brings me back to your original plan. So, for example, if you left from your home for a
Mhm.
specific target, what was that first experience or the first thought which made you to transfer or put the weight of a target and changed the idea of the journey? Or maybe the first experience or the first family whom you met or the first village where you stayed.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience?
I think it was not. It's very tough to select that first experience. It's very tough. I would say that it's a chain of reactions. It's chain of experiences. Okay, one leads to another one.
Okay.
So uh, initially, my 3 months were not. I was not exploring in my initial period. Like three to
Okay.
4 months, I was cycling. I was covering the distance very quickly. Okay, but after initial 4 months, I started exploring in South India. So South India, particularly in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh, they have given me more experiences because in South India, my journey changed. I started staying with villagers. I started staying with tribals, some good schools, and some good people who are already exploring their life. So from here on, there in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh, my perspective changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this journey,
Mhm.
how many families have you met throughout till date?
Approximately 600 families I have stayed with. They are from different areas of life, like they are farmers, they are army people, police force, Naxalites, surrender Naxalites, teachers, students, artists, traditional artists, weavers, and uh, anyone, shopkeepers, petrol pump owners, anyone. So that is how they have hosted me according to their own capacity and they have helped me.
So your stays might with them would be as short as one night to even in months.
Yeah,
So what's the
absolutely.
longest duration you have stayed at one particular place?
Karnataka, I think this Bangalore is the longest period, but that is because of this virus. And I like this family. They are also hosting me. This is an artist family. They are painter
Mm.
artists, and they
Mm.
are also into some other traditional art. I am learning traditional art of India from this family. So I
Mm.
think I have spent already 5 months with this family.
So
So
share a few
yeah.
conversations or stories that you have lived with them. Any that which comes to your head or something which has have been a beautiful gesture. Someone has
Mhm.
gone beyond their ways to help you, or they
Mhm.
might have themselves had a beautiful story to share.
From any family.
Any, with
Okay,
whatever
yeah.
comes to your head right now.
Yeah, so uh, there are some families like I'll tell you, there is one family in Chennai.
Mm.
His name is Mr. Ravi Subramaniam, and
Mm.
there is one lady in Pune. Her name is Sophia Khan, and this lady, my current host, her name is Sridevi Balasubramaniam. So most of these people they are hosting me because they also had such kind of dream in their life, but they could not complete this journey. So I asked him that how are you believing me? How did you believe me and how did you call me at your home? So, and even people also ask me this question that how everyone is believing on you being a stranger and how you are
Mm.
believing on some different.
Mm.
So I'm answering to that question right now that I asked to these people that how come did you agree to host me? So they told me that Ankit, this was our dream to do such kind of journey to learn something from the society, but we could not do because of our education, because of our responsibilities or some restrictions from family. We could not do. But when we saw you that you are living this journey, you are doing this dream, so we thought we can see our own dream in your journey. So that's why we are hosting you, we are helping you. Okay, one boy is doing such journey, let's go and let's help him. So
Okay.
that is the reason most of the people call me, they talk to me and they host me because they see their own dream in my journey. And I also accept that I am doing this journey on everyone's behalf. This is not my my alone journey. Now I'm living this dream. Earlier I was doing this alone, but now I'm not doing this alone. Everyone is connected to me.
Okay. So we have this question over here which says you end up going through India and you go through seeing a lot of poverty. Does that
Hmm.
ever sadden you?
Yeah, uh, but more than poverty, poverty is not the main point of being sad. Being be Because I have seen poor people, they are more open than anyone else. Poor people are more ready to share. Whatever I am telling you, I have got maximum experience from the villages, from the middle class families, from financially poor families. I would say financially poor, but from their heart, they are not poor. I have stayed in such kind of families. They did not have anything, any bed or any mattresses. to sleep, but they had one, and they gave it to me for that one night or 2 nights. Okay, you sleep on a mattress, we will sleep on floor.
So beautiful.
So poverty is not what makes me sad. It's like it's the perspective, it's the perception that what you want to achieve and what you want, what is your dream. People gets poor because they don't have a dream in their life. They are not fighting for their dream. That is how they become poor.
So beautifully put. Okay, so while going through one of your blogs, I came across an experience from Kashmir. So you, while coming back from Ladakh, you got came through Kashmir. Uh, how has been your experience about that particular place or that experience of that family, which I read? Can you share it with
Good, good.
everyone?
Yes, yes. There are four stories, four small stories. So that is those stories are about the perception. Okay. Uh, the it's about it says that how we perceive things through media channels, through textbooks, and then we judge a place that okay, that is a dangerous place. We should not go there because media has written about it. It's a dangerous place. But that is not right. You should check it by yourself. So uh, that village name is Shopia. If you know about Shopia, Shopia is a main concern in every news channel. Shopia is a base of militancy near Srinagar. Okay,
Okay.
and I did not know about that. I was on a cycle journey, and I crossed Srinagar. I was going to my next destination. I did not know that Shopia is coming on my way, and that is a base of militancy. I was just going with a simple heart, and I reached over there, and I got four beautiful stories. So it was morning, and like I told you, I have tea and biscuits, and people come to talk to me. So there also, I started having my tea, and two Kashmiri kids they came to me, and they were very surprised that I have come all the way from other states to their village where no one comes. And I was the first person who was going to that village as a traveler on a cycle. If
Mm.
if you are on a motorbike or a car, you are advised not to go to that village even in a daylight. And I was fully open into the environment on my cycle. So
Okay.
so those kids they were very sweet, and they forcefully told me you have to come to our home and we will not let you go without having a cup of tea with us. So I went to their home, and by the time I finished my cup of tea, so Kashmir is famous for apples, right?
Mm.
Production of apples and
Right.
nashpati. So they brought 2 kgs of nashpati and apple from their farm, and they gave it to me, saying that brother, this will help into your next leg of journey. You will, if you want to eat, you can eat them. So I said, brother, I am already carrying 40 kgs of luggage. I cannot put extra 2 kgs. So they made the space in my luggage. Okay, brother, now you have the space. You can carry these apples and nashpati. So I said, okay. Then I started and I reached to the main center of the village.
Mm.
And it was already 2 o'clock. And by that time, I started knowing that, okay, Shopia is this place and this is used to happen. This is the base of militancy. So by that time, I was getting some news.
Mm.
So I was there in the month of September and October 2017, right?
Mm.
And there that time there was a national crime happening, and the crime was hair chopping. Have you heard about hair chopping?
Yes, aware of it.
Okay, so hair chopping means I'll tell to the audience.
Right.
There was a mysterious figure. No one knew who is doing that. So that mysterious figure they used to enter into the local houses during midnight, and they were chopping off the braids and hair of
Yes.
women and ladies, and no one could find that person. And I was a very stranger. I was a very new person into that village. No one from India goes to that village. So it was like people were shouting at my back, okay, he is the person, he is the new person, he is the hair chopper, stop him. How did he come to our village? So they were stopping me, and they stopped me 3 or 4 times. But when I told them that I'm just a traveler, I'm doing this journey and I'm collecting stories about India. So they were very happy. Within 2 minutes, they became my friend, and they told me, brother, it's okay. We are also concerned for our families, for our ladies.
Mm.
That's why we are asking
True.
you. You go, and we will. No one will stop you. Then they asked me, do you have any sharp object like scissor or knife? Because we have believed you. What if the next person, next group is not believing upon you? So I said, yes, I have a scissor for my own personal use, for my beard, and So they said, okay, throw it off for your safety. So I threw it off that season. Then I proceeded.
So
Then
was
again,
okay. Please continue.
there is another story. Uh, I was standing in the center of the village. I was looking for a place to stay for that day. So once Sardarji, he came to me because I was standing in front of his shop. He was a bike
Mm,
mechanic. So he
mm,
asked me, son, what happened? What are you looking for? This is my shop. So I said, sir, is there anyone who can host me in that village? Is there any mosque? Is there any temple? So he said, no temple, no mosque will help you because you are a stranger and there is a risk of safety. So that is why no one will host you. So I asked him, sir, you are Sardarji, do you have a Gurudwara? So he said, yes, we have Gurudwara, but there is no room. That is only a one room and we pray over there. That's a very small Gurudwara. Otherwise, we can stay in a Gurudwara, right? Because they have rooms for travelers.
mm. Right.
So I told him, okay, no problem. If you have a compound wall, I have my own sleeping bag. I can use my sleeping bag. I can sleep outside the compound wall. So he said, okay, come. So there were 7 Sikh families. By the time they got the news about me, they also started bringing nashpati apples and a big glass of tea for me. Then I was sleeping outside by 6 o'clock in the evening. And then they decided something and they came to me and they said something to me, which is, I think, very unique in the history of my journey, in the history of any Gurudwara. They told me, okay, brother, this is Kashmir and it's risky to sleep outside. And and also because of the winters, Kashmir is very cold. You cannot sleep easily outside. So they
Right.
told me, okay, you can enter into the uh, prayer place where the Guru Granth Sahib is kept, and you can lock the gate from inside, and you can sleep inside near the Guru Granth Sahib. Just put your legs on the opposite direction. Put your head
Correct.
in front of the Guru Granth Sahib. So I think that is the first time in the history of any Gurudwara that they have allowed someone to sleep near Guru Granth Sahib.
So pretty going beyond their ways to help
Yeah.
you in circumstances.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that was my day. Next day, I started for my destination, and the fourth story came on my way. I was leaving that village, and people from that village, they were recording my videos. That they were asking, "Brother, you are a new person here. Did we do anything wrong to you?" I said, "No, you all took care of me, and people from all community, you have taken care of me. You are very good." So they were asking, brother, whenever you go back to different places of India, please tell them we are also human. We are waiting other people to come here because tourism is our main business. And that is not happening because of the media rumors. We want to meet other people from India. And so this was their sentence. We are also human. Please tell these to other people.
Right. So we have been hosting trips to Kashmir generally in December for New Year's. It's been
Mm-hmm.
3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the same thing that we share with people, saying our personal experiences with the locals over there has been very beautiful. They are one of the most grounded and beautiful people you ever meet.
Yeah.
But because of what is shared over news, the scare or the fear of people going and visiting those places is way high. But in
Yeah.
reality, the people who have been there and experienced something like this, they know how beautiful the people
Yeah.
over there are. And I
Yeah.
guess those are one of the best experiences we ever lived.
Yeah, so like I told you,
So,
it's all about perception making. The same thing
correct,
happens with the
absolutely.
Chhattisgarh. With the Chhattisgarh, people think that Chhattisgarh is also dangerous, but no, you go there, tribals are so innocent, so beautiful. You should explore Chhattisgarh. The same perception goes with the Chhattisgarh also. People, they believe on media news of about the Naxalites and everything, but it's not
Right.
always true.
Absolutely. The experiences that we live or the people that we have seen more often than not, we eventually end up finding people who are helpful and who go
Hmm.
beyond their ways to help us. So,
Yeah.
yes, what you say, we have lived it ourselves and
Hmm.
totally believe that.
Yes.
So, in this whole journey, when you meet people, when people keep on going beyond their ways to help you, one instance is right now for 4 months you're staying at one particular place
Hmm.
and they have gifted you a painting of your whole journey.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
these are very beautiful things which make you attached to the
Hmm.
people, the homes where you stay. Every time going ahead, it feels a bit of detachment or you feel something being changed. How do
Yeah.
you go through that process? Like 600 is a huge number. We all have one family, we extended family, but 600 families, very rarely you find people who can say this. So even to say this
Hmm.
is a huge achievement,
Yeah.
but to go through that process of detachment, or
Mhm.
going ahead in your journey? How does it feel, or how you live through that?
Yeah, that is what makes you complete human. 600 families are those families with whom I have physically stayed, but there
Mm-hmm.
are many other people I have not met. Okay, they are following me through social media, Google, they're reading my stories, and they are also attached to me in a different manner. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
though I have not met them, but they have still considered me their own family member, and they are
Mm-hmm.
following me like they are reading my stories like a book. So it's like a dream for them through my stories.
Mm-hmm.
So the number, it can be around 1,000 families. I'm just telling you the number of physical families. 600 is a physical family, but
Wow.
actual family number, I think around 900 and 1,000. So yes, you said it right. Every day I go through the feelings of attachment and detachment, and it's I don't know how to tackle it because I'm just a human, and I think it's a blessing to feel all these emotions. In a normal life, in my regular life, I was not able to live all these emotions, but I feel complete now to go through all these emotions of bondings and empathy, attachments, and sadness, happiness, everything. So that is what I say to everyone. If you want to become a complete human, you should do such kind of journey. We always have courses like MBBS, CA, engineering to get some degree. Okay, and we gave our 4 and 5 years to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, to become a CA or engineer. But why we are not giving a year or 2 years to become a complete human? So we should do such kind of journey also to become a complete human.
Wow, this is put so subtly and so nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, so beautiful. Okay, so I'll just put in, if anyone who has any questions for Ankit, please drop in your comments. We'll read those comments and Ankit will try to answer those as much as possible.
Yeah.
So Ankit, uh, during this, I just mentioned about the painting, and we have someone asking that, can you show that painting? So if you have that painting nearby, is it possible that you can show it on the camera?
No, right now though I don't have.
Okay,
We
you
have
don't
it
have
in
it
the
right
studio because my host, they have an art studio,
now.
so they have kept it in
Okay,
the studio. But you can
okay,
see it on my Instagram. I have posted it on my Instagram.
okay, okay, okay.
So
Okay, so
yeah,
we won't be able to see that right now.
yeah.
Okay, so Ankit, you mention of this as a journey. Uh, so I know, I don't think like this journey. Do you have a plan to end this journey
Mm-hmm.
sometime, or do you have a plan, or what do you vision? You just want to keep on living like this throughout?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll tell you. Yes, I have a vision. I want to, like, yes, this is a journey, but there is no end of the journey. There is a change of form. I would
There's a
say
change of.
form. The journey will take a different form. Okay, like the cycle journey will stop after covering the whole India.
Hmm.
I will stop cycling, but I will be moving. I will be staying in certain villages or certain places, working with the people, mixing into their culture. So the formation of the journey will change. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Like right now, I am cycling.
Hmm.
Okay, and I am staying at one place for 1 month and 2 months. But after
Hmm.
this journey, I might stay at a place for longer time, like a year, 6 months, or 1.5 year, and I can grow something over there. I can make a new structure in a village. I can teach them, or I can learn something from them, which I can share with other villages. So that will become a journey. So the journey will take a different form and it will change the faces. It will not stop.
Okay. So have there been experiences where you have learned something with someone, or you have shared what you have learned with someone?
Yeah,
Any things that you have picked up on the journey?
yeah, many things like the shirt which I'm wearing right now. I have made it. I have weaved it. This is a khadi shirt.
How?
So, and I have learned about organic farming from different states, and I have learned about sculpture, some traditional painting arts of India. So whatever knowledge I'm gathering, I'm sharing with the population. That is what I'm living on, a barter system. I'm sharing emotions and knowledge with the people. I'm not living on money. Okay. So there is a barter system of knowledge exchange and love exchange. So I learned about this khadi shirt. I weaved it by myself in Maharashtra. Then people who are my followers, they got to read about those weavers and artists, and then they ordered from them. So that is how those artists got their earnings. Then in Maharashtra, I was learning about wood sculpture. So I learned how to make kitchen cutleries like bowls, plates, spoons in wood. And when I made them, my followers, my readers, they got to know about those artists, and then they ordered from Bangalore, from Chhattisgarh, and
Wow.
those artists in Maharashtra, they got new orders.
Wow.
So
So you have made wooden plates, wooden bowls, and you have got it ordered for the locals where you have shared your stories.
yes, yes, exactly.
Wow, that's karma in short, I will say. So we have a question from Sneha. Says she's curious to know if there were any not so safe experiences ever, and if yes, what were they, and how did you deal with those?
No, not yet. Not safety has not been any problem till date. Let's
Hmm.
see what happens in my rest of the journey, but not till date.
Okay, that's wonderful to know. So
Yeah.
the amount of faith that you have, I doubt there might be ever such situation coming up ever.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, so one thing that you mentioned of you have been learning organic farming and you pass it on to people on the journey, whomever you meet.
Mhm.
The same goes for the wooden things that you have done. You got orders for those. So do you
Mhm.
market for them in different ways for organic or for any such basic simple things?
No, I don't market for them. I just share my stories that I am
Okay.
learning this. If
Hmm.
you are a baker, if you are baking something, like if you are a baker or if you are a painter or if you are any kind of artist, like I was staying with these khadi weavers. So it can be anything. So I will learn first. I will learn so that I can tell first-hand experiences to the public. Okay. So
Right.
whatever stories if you read on my social media, first I will learn so that I can become a learner, then I can become a teacher. Then I can tell you, okay, Harsh, this is how I have made it, and this is the reality of organic farming. This is the reality of wood sculpture. That is how tough their work is. Like I'll tell you, when I stayed with the weavers, so then I got to know that how tough is their work. A single weaver, when he works in a single day for 12 to 13 hours, he has to move his legs and hands for 17,000 times in a single day to weave one cloth. Okay, so that is how
Okay.
their uh, tough work is. And this is nothing compared, my cycle is nothing. I can easily cycle to the whole world, but I cannot work as a weaver. I cannot work as a farmer. That's very tough. So
Right.
then I tell these stories to the people, and then they get to know the real stories. Then they think, okay, we should help those artists, we should help those farmers, and we should buy their products.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So how has your family accepted this? So being from an Indian background, generally Indian parents, the biggest thing that they're concerned about is their kids settling, where they
Mhm.
have a good job, they settle with their family, and they look ahead for their future.
Mhm.
How have your parents accepted your this unique journey?
Uh, they don't know very deeply about it, like you are knowing and you are talking to me. So I'll tell that yes, it's they are just following my journey. They are reading my stories, but still, whenever we talk only once in a month over a phone call. Okay, and whenever we talk, it's just a simple question that when I'm coming back. So I just say that I just answer to them. It's a very big journey, and I want to stay in villages. I want to spend my life like this. I want to work more in this area. I want to explore the world. So they just listen and they accept it, and without much question, just only one question that when I'm coming back, when I'm getting settled. So I cannot make them understand because the age difference is very big and I cannot be their parent. Okay, they will always be my parent. So I cannot cross question them. I cannot fight with them. So I just simply put it, okay, let's see how much time it will take. And like I told you, my initial plan was to come back within 150 days, and I'm not going back. It has been 1050 days. I'm not going back. So I'm just living my own life. They are living their own life, and there is not much discussion in our family. But yes, for anyone else who wants to do such kind of journey, I'll tell them first you should have confidence in your work. I had a confidence in my work. I was already pursuing uh, cycling, and I was already doing such kind of small journey, like 1 day, 2 days.
Mm.
And when I told my family that I'm going for 150 days, they accepted it. I left my job, everything. So I was believing in me. So when you are 100% confident, your friends, your families, they will listen to you. And when you start your business or anything, any dream, it can be anything, acting, music, singing, anything, then other people from the society, they will also help you. Like people are helping me right now.
This is put very beautifully. If you have that confidence in yourself, you
Yeah,
can achieve everything, and the people around you will slowly start believing and putting that confidence in you. So beautiful.
yeah.
Okay. So we are open to more questions. If anyone has any more questions to ask Ankit, please drop in your comments. So we have Neeraj mentioning that he really likes you for bringing out the stories and the examples that you brought to us, and they are very. He loves the way how you think. So yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, Huri finds you very inspiring, like many others who are seeing this.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, so Ankit, is there any one question you have for me or anyone? If anyone, if you just want to.
Mm, that is not a question, but yes, I want to say something that yes, my journey is about connecting with you, with your family, with anyone from different states. So whenever I want to meet you also
Absolutely,
in
absolutely.
person. So whenever I'm coming to your state, meet me, tell me your stories, tell me the stories about your city, your village, connect me to more people. I would love to do that. So that is the small thing I want to say.
So this is very beautiful to you. And in a small gist, I guess I got a total clear idea of how you look ahead. So every single person you meet, you share your own stories. You
Mm,
want to hear from them their stories, and you are creating a huge tree under you where you are having so many families, so many people
yeah.
whom you meet,
Mm,
and you want to connect with them in some way or other. And one thing, stories are something which makes you feel connected, and that's something you can share with the whole world. So that is very beautiful. I'm from Mumbai. Our whole team at On His Own Trip will always love to meet you in person and also have you on one of our trips. So
yeah,
yes,
sure.
we'll look forward to that.
Yes.
Okay, Ankit. So I guess with this we'll be ending this session.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining in. I really loved the way, with the calmness, with the simplicity, how you share your journey, the amount of faith that you have in going ahead, knowing that if nothing, you will somehow find an answer to the problem that is arising.
Hmm.
And it is beautiful to have such faith. It is very
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So I loved it, hearing all your stories. I'll definitely stay in touch,
Yeah.
and we'll share these stories with everyone and make sure we eventually, what we do is we share our stories with everyone and spread the same. So
Yes,
lots of love to
absolutely.
you, Ankit. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
It was great having you here, and all the very very best with your journey ahead. I'm sure many of us will connect with you and
Yeah,
meet you somewhere on our journey.
absolutely. I will wait. I'm waiting. Thanks a
Thank
lot
you,
for calling
thank
me.
you very
And
much, Ankit.
yes,
Loved you, bro. Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye. Okay, guys. So that was Ankit for you. It's very beautiful on seeing how people put in so much faith. Yes, there are questions on how, what if, but when you remove those things from your head, I guess the other things that you have is generally the answers on how you're going to fix those things. So yes, it was very beautiful listening to him. Uh, Live your journey, as Ankit says. Keep on believing in yourself and carry on. Okay, what do you have Neeraj saying? Did you buy another scissor after leaving shop? Yeah. Neeraj a little late. He just left. You can personal message him and let have the answer and share it with us. Okay, guys. So that's it from us tonight. Thank you very much for joining in. Until next time. Bye bye. Take care.